Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. So we're going to be doing a practice that's going to focus on our front deltoid. That's just the front muscle portion of the shoulder. We're going to do a wonderful stretch. It's a good tie-in between the shoulder and the chest, an area that can get pretty tight. But the ultimate question is, do pigeons have shoulders? Let's find out. Let's start our practice in seated. So find a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a folded blanket. You're welcome to sit on a blanket or a pillow or even a yoga block. Just sit comfortably so you can find a nice lengthening through the spine. We like to take this portion of our practice just to get settled in and focus on our breath. So we'll take a few deep breaths. A nice full inhale. Feel your lungs expand. And exhale. Very nice. Again, fully breathe in. Complete breath out. Wonderful. Now just continue to breathe in and out on your own. Just tune in. Feel free to close your eyes for this portion or just soften your eyes. You can just gaze forward or downward with soft eyelids. Paying attention to the feeling and the sound of your breath. As you inhale, just continue to feel that lifting and lengthening sensation, breath rising to fill your lungs. And the exhale. Good. Take 3 more breaths. Good. Let's add a very simple movement. Continue breathing. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms out and up. Just reach for the ceiling. And exhale, extend your arms out and all the way back down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale. Wonderful. Good. Just continue to breathe and move at your own pace. As mentioned, we're going to be focusing on our front deltoids, our shoulders. So this is a good way to start warming up the shoulders. Just a simple reaching out and up sensation. So as you're moving and breathing, pay attention to the sensations that are showing up in your shoulders. Good. Breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, release. Good. One more time. Very nice. Now just return to stillness for a moment, just letting your arms and shoulders relax for a moment, but continue to focus on the breath. Let's do one more shoulder stretch while we're seated here. Go and take your left arm and bring it across your body like this. Let's take the right arm and just kind of act like a hook and draw it in towards the body. Now what you might find here, a bit of a stretch kind of through the back portion of your body and the back portion of your shoulder. That's the rear deltoid. And so that part can also get a little tight. So we're just going to add a little sensation there to stretch. One more breath. Excellent. Let's go ahead and release. Let's swing it back out and down. Let it relax. We'll do the other side. So right arm, we'll swing it across the body. Use the left arm as a hook and draw it in. There we go. A little light pull and stretch sensation affecting the upper back and the rear portion of the shoulder. The shoulder has 3 muscle heads, kind of the rear deltoid, which we're focusing on right now. In our practice today, we're going to be doing a pose that will focus on the front deltoid, and then there's kind of the middle part, the lateral, just for right down here. One more breath. And we'll release. And let it relax. And if it feels good to you, maybe a few circles of the shoulders, rolling them backward a few times and forward. All right, let's just continue our warm-up. Come to our hands and knees. And if you'd like, use some padding. I just have my blanket here that I like to unfold. So I can place my knees, there we go, and my hands at the other end. Cat and cow. Two movements that flow together. So an inhale to lift the head and heart, arching the back. This is cow pose. Then exhale, let's tuck the tailbone under. Feel your belly button pull up towards your spine. Feel the rounding of the back, chin to chest. This is cat. And just continue. Inhale, reversing it, tipping the pelvis back. Belly drops. There's a heart opening, arching the back. Exhale, round it out. This is a good undulation for the spine and some good mobility in the hips as we're warming up. But even though the arms are not in motion, we're also getting some opening in the shoulders here too. Go ahead and finish the breath that you're on and take 2 more breaths. And when you're complete, just come to a neutral tabletop posture. Just hold for a moment. We'll make our next transition to downward facing dog. If you are on a blanket or a towel, let's go ahead and slide that out of the way here. Come back to hands and knees, and we'll just reposition for our setup. Let's step the hands forward so your hands and wrists are out from underneath the shoulders. Spread out your fingers pretty wide so you can feel a stretch between each finger. And then press or lean into the hands so you can stretch open your palms. Push firmly into the mat to feel the length and strength in your arms. Now tuck your toes. Let's do one more cat-cow flow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to create that back bend. Exhale, rounding into cat. Let's hold cat pose. Make sure toes are tucked, then lift the knees and send your hips up into the air. Slowly allow the chest and head to sink between the arms. If you need to, make an adjustment with your feet and even your hands on your mat to help settle into the pose. We'll hold here for a moment. Downward facing dog is wonderful because it really affects the entire body. Nice strong upper body. We'll be focusing on shoulders so you can even experience nice shoulder strengthening in this pose. All right, let's take a few steps forward here, maybe just to the center of your mat until your feet are flat, and then slide your fingertips towards your toes. And maybe if you're able, just hang heavily forward here. Let's add some more shoulder movement. Rolling the shoulders backward and forward. And then I like to kind of stir the pot of soup. So just circle the arms a little bit. Now inhale and slide your hands up to your shins or knees to extend your spine. Rise up halfway. Make sure your feet feel solid on the ground. You have good balance. A slight bend in the knees. Nice long torso and you're parallel to the ground. Shifting your weight back into your heels, bend your knees to lower your hips, start lifting the upper body, even place hands on thighs, push into thighs, rise up just partially, maybe to 45 degrees, you'll be in a chair-like pose. As you're able, extend your arms out to the side like airplane wings, hold, good balance, good endurance, strength for the shoulders. Keep driving the heels into the ground as you stand up, straightening the legs. Finish by extending the arms up into the air. Inhale and exhale, arms down to your side. Very nice. We've made it to our first standing posture here. And if it feels good, maybe another circle of the shoulders just to keep them loose. Very good. All right, let's go through a sun salutation, keeping the body warmed up. Standing near the top of the mat, nice and tall. Let's inhale, extend the arms out and up, reach, stretch. Exhale, spread your wings, bend your knees, sit back and down into your imaginary seat. Allow your belly to come down towards thighs, releasing head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees to extend your spine. Exhale, softly, slowly fold. Get low enough to place your hands on your mat and walk the feet to the back end of your mat. And just align the body so you're in a strong straight line right here for plank pose. We'll take a breath in. On the exhale, we'll take a shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees slightly, send your hips into the air, and again, head and chest sink between the arms. Adjusting the feet and your hands, settling into the pose. Let's add a warrior series. I like to step the left foot to center for balance, pick up right foot, then extend the right leg back, straight as can be, reach, inhale, and exhale it, send right foot to the top of the mat, or just simply behind the right wrist is good. Turn left heel to the floor. Make sure you push into the floor. I like to walk the hands back to shift the body weight back to get more pressure in that back foot. Aligning the spine over the thigh. Start to rise up, even hands on thigh if you need to, rising up. Inhale, extend both arms up into the air. We'll pause for a moment in our warrior one. Inhale again. Exhale, open up towards the left side of the room as your arms come down to parallel. This will put you in warrior two. If you need to, make some adjustments with your feet so you have a nice strong foundation. Outstretched arms here. Reaching, another nice endurance strength posture for the arms and shoulders. Let's do a modified side angle. We're going to reach out over the right leg to angle the upper half of the body, not much. And then rotate here until my hand can easily reach the thigh. And just hold here while left arm extends up into the air. We're going to reach up as if you're going to try to touch the ceiling and then slowly bring this left arm down. Flip the arm. Okay, so I've done an internal rotation of the shoulder. Bend this elbow and bring the back of the hand to the low back. And if you feel like your torso is turning towards the floor, we're going to do our best to open up. Lead with the shoulder and try to pull it back, opening up. So we're starting this mild stretch in the front deltoid. And as we get into our featured pose, we'll be working that area. You can even turn your gaze upward if that feels okay on your neck. Okay, let's free this back hand. Inhale, reaching up into the air. Exhale, we'll turn, we'll fold. Use your hands to catch yourself here on the mat. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Push strongly into the mat with the hands, strong arms. Slide right foot back to meet the other. There's plank pose. Bend the knees, send hips to sky, downward facing dog. Adjusting the feet, adjust your hands, settle in. We'll do the exact same thing other side. Stepping the right foot to center for balance, pick up left foot, extend the left leg straight back. And exhale it, step left foot to the top of the mat or behind the left wrist. Right heel turns to the floor, step the hands back so it's easy to shift the weight of the body back into that back foot so you have nice balance. Light hands reaching forward or out to the side and rise up. We'll pause for a moment in warrior one. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, turning to the right side of the room as your arms come down to parallel. Adjusting the feet for good balance. Strong foundation. Let's hold here for a moment, building good strength and endurance in the shoulders. And then our modified side angle pose. Let's reach forward just a bit to angle the upper half of the body. Let's bring the left hand down to thigh, right hand reaching up initially. A nice reach, stretch, try to touch the ceiling, opening up, and then we're going to slowly bring this right arm down, pause it parallel, flip the palms so you're getting the internal spiral of the arm and shoulder, bend the elbow, and we'll bring the back of this hand to the low back. And leading with the shoulder, pull it back to help open up through the chest so you feel quite open to the right side of the room. And again, if it feels okay on your neck, turn your head towards ceiling. Very good. Let's release. Let's re-extend the arm out and up. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll turn, fold, free the hands so you can catch yourself. Rise up on your tiptoes behind you. Push firmly into the floor with the hands. Strong arms. Slide left foot back, plank pose. Pause for strength. And let's take a pause here. Let's bring the knees to the floor and sit back briefly into hero pose. Let me turn towards you for a moment and let me explain what's happening next. I'm just going to add this stretch that we did earlier. You can do this with me. So we're doing a pose that has a nickname, and the nickname is Shoulder Pigeon. So we're going to be answering that ultimate question. Do pigeons have shoulders? Well, they probably don't, but what we're doing here is kind of a variation of pigeon pose. We do pigeon pose, which is a focus on the hips, but we're doing something kind of similar with the shoulders. And so that's why we call it shoulder pigeon. Now, I'm not sure, and I've been looking if there is an official name or a Sanskrit or yoga name for this particular pose. If you find one, let me know. Just leave a comment in the comment section if you find the official name for shoulder pigeon. Alrighty, here we go. Let's get into that posture. This is how we'll do it. So first, I actually need to move some of my props out of the way here so I have some room. There we go. Now, we're going to be coming down onto our bellies. Now, be mindful of this. You may want to watch this first to see if this is actually a pose that is accessible to you. I'm just going to come down to my hands and knees and just slowly make my way all the way down to the belly. Here. Just so you can see this, I'm going to extend my left arm out to the side. Right here, it's actually parallel to my body. But you can even change the angle, because depending on the pressure that we put on the shoulder, you might need to change this angle. So right about here for me is good. With my right hand, I'm pushing, my hand is right by underneath my right shoulder. I'm going to push into the floor to kind of roll on my side. And then you can see how I'm getting into this shoulder stretch on my left arm. Now my head is kind of hanging here, and you saw I brought in a block. So I'm going to bring in this block so I can rest my head, so I don't have to hold my head up. Using my hand on the floor for some balance, but I'm also using this top leg. I'm going to pick up my right foot or right leg, bend the knee, turn the knee towards ceiling, and even just set the toes on the floor behind the left leg. And this will kind of hold me in place. So the left arm is at work here. I'm affecting the front deltoid of the left shoulder. Now you can intensify the posture by continue to open up. And I can really feel that, but that's too intense for me. So if you need to soften the pose, just roll your chest and belly towards the floor, and that should soften the pose. But you can also change the angle of this arm. That's a pretty good stretch. I'll take one more breath in and out. Return to the belly slowly and carefully. I'm going to bring my left arm in underneath the shoulder. Extend the right arm out to the side. Push into the floor with the left arm and roll onto my right side. So now I'm affecting the right deltoid. And I've got my block, or you can use a pillow or a rolled up towel just to rest your head here if you need it. For a little bit more stability, I do have this hand on the floor, which works. Extra stability, I'm picking up this left leg. I'm going to bend the knee, turn the knee towards ceiling. Helps me to open up too, and just placing the toes or the foot behind this extended right leg kind of holds me in place. So I'm creating a little bit of a twist here too. But I can really feel this in the shoulder. And again, if I want to intensify, I can just push more into the floor with this left hand and open up. I can really feel the intensity there. Or to lessen that intensity, kind of fold towards the ground. Let's take 3 more breaths. So this is shoulder pigeon. It's a wonderful stretch. Alrighty, we're completing, and I'm just going to come back down to the belly. Place hands underneath the shoulders, push so I can lift myself up, back to hands and knees. Sit back into hero. Let's do that same stretch we did earlier, just bringing the arm across the body, just to take that deep stretch out of the front deltoid, bring it around, and then you get a stretch through the rear deltoid again. Very nice. To finish our practice, we'll just come back to seated. Sit up nice and tall. Just return to the breath. Take a nice full breath in, filling up the lungs. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Just relax. Good. Thanks for joining me in this practice. One more movement together to finish. Inhale, reaching both arms out and up. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Take one more full and complete breath in and out. And as we come to the close of this practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.